This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. It's all about this guitar again today, this gorgeous, this magnificent, this utterly sublime Eart Corsair Telecaster style guitar. As you know, I bought this guitar used from a friend of mine in the Netherlands. He's called Edwin, and he sold me this guitar. He's done some mods on it. He's put Tone Rider Alnico 2 Blues pickups in it. Love those pickups, but I think I'm probably going to change them because I already have a guitar with those, a similar guitar to this. A Telecaster style guitar with those pickups in it. This lovely Faisley Outlaw Coyote Plus model, which is I tend to go to that guitar when I want something a little bit more kind of traditional Telecaster-y vibe. What I'm going to do with this, I think, is turn it into a more modern Telecaster kind of vibe, more of a rock Telecaster. So I'm thinking in terms of putting hotter pickups in, maybe some blade humbucker, single coil size humbuckers in, and that kind of thing. We'll see how that goes. That's not what this video is about today, though. What I want to talk about today is a problem that this guitar has, which I only noticed when I changed the strings. When it came, it had a relatively fresh set of strings on it, and, I didn't see any need to change them. Kind of used those strings until they were starting to get a little bit, kind of past their best. And I decided, okay, chuck a new set of strings on. They felt like 9s that were on it when it came, so I put a set of 10s on, did the truss rod adjustment and everything, and all was good until I came to do the intonation, and that's when I noticed a problem. Let me put the tuner up on screen, and you will see that hopefully the 12th fret harmonic on the top E string. There we go. Spot on in tune. Now let's measure the fretted note. And you can see it is flat. No problem. You might think you've just got to adjust the bridge saddle. And the old adage is fret flat forward. So if the fretted note is flat, you move the bridge saddle forward. Therein lies the problem. The adjustment screw is right at the end of the travel. If I kind of try and take this bridge saddle any further forward, then the saddle is going to disconnect from the screw, or the bolt, I suppose it is. I'm not sure whether this is the original bridge on this guitar, actually. Edwin didn't mention that he put a new bridge on it before he sold me the guitar. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But when I look at pictures of this guitar online, this model, it has like the 3 kind of barrel type screws, the bridge saddles, that's what the word I'm looking for, the more traditional Telecaster style bridge saddle arrangement. So I'm not sure if this is the stock bridge. I see no reason why it shouldn't be, because manufacturers do change specs and so on. Sorry, dog hair on there. Manufacturers do change the specs and so on, and not every image on the internet is necessarily up to date. But we do have an issue here with the bridge saddle not coming far forward enough, and it seems relatively easy to fix. All I'm going to have to do is get some longer intonation screws. So I need to therefore know what the thread and size and all of that is, and so I've ordered basically a little gizmo that you can use to measure the thread and the size of a bolt. So I'm waiting for that to turn up, and then I'm reckoning all I need to do is order some bolts that are slightly longer but of the same thread, and we'll see how it intonates. But that's as much as I can make of this video today, because I'm still waiting, as I say, for that little gizmo to turn up. Right, well, it's been a few days since I filmed that last part of the video, and I've had a bit of a correspondence with Edwin, the chap I bought the guitar from, And I said to him, I said, Edwin, did you by any chance, I don't think you mentioned it, but by any chance did you also mod the bridge on the guitar? Because all the ones that I see online of this model all have a 3-saddle bridge. And he said, I can't remember if I mentioned it or not, but I thought it was obvious that I had because of the pictures that you see online. I thought, and he says, and didn't you look inside the box of original parts I sent with it? Because, inside the main box that had the guitar, there was also 2 other boxes, one of which, by the way, contains a beautiful little drive pedal that Edwin sent me just as a nice little gift. What a gentleman. Thank you, Edwin. I knew that was in there, and I'd had a quick look inside the other box, which was just labelled originals, and I could see, like, the original tuners were in there and everything, so I thought, it's just the original tuners. I didn't basically look properly. But also inside that box was this bridge here. So I'm thinking we should, before I kind of do anything drastic with that 6-saddle bridge, like taking the screws out or anything like this, let's see how this bridge measures up against that bridge, see if the saddles are in a more sort of intonatable position. Right, so this is obviously the 6-saddle bridge that Edwin put on, and this is the old 3-saddle bridge that comes as stock with the guitar. And let's just have a look. I don't know if you can see, but there is the mounting screw for the bridge. That's where they're located on the guitar. So if I take the old bridge and line the hole up, the mounting hole with where the screw is, we can see that the saddles are significantly further forward than these, which will fix the intonation problem. I don't have a problem with these 3-saddle Telecaster style bridges if you get the compensated saddles rather than just these barrel type saddles. You can get them pretty much perfectly intonated. So that is what we're going to do. So as I say, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this bridge back on, but with some compensated saddles. I'm going to get them from Amazon, because what can't you buy from there these days? £9.90 for a set of 3 Vanson brass compensated saddles. I've used these saddles before on a couple of Telecaster projects and never measured the intonation with a strobe tuner, but certainly with a regular non-strobe type tuner you can get the intonation absolutely bang on perfect. Certainly perfect enough that you can't hear any intonation discrepancies. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be ordering some of those, and while I'm at it, it seems a good idea to, I mentioned earlier, I was going to probably put a Hot Rails humbucker in the back end, in the bridge, just to kind of make it more of a rock Telecaster. And a pickup that I've had experience of in the past is this one here, this Artec Alnico 5 Hot Rail blade Tele bridge pickup in ivory, no less. 21 quid. Fantastic pickup. If I just move like that, you can see on the back wall there the Frankenstein Telecaster, the one that I tend to use for slide these days. That the original incarnation of that guitar, one of its earlier modding incarnations, I guess, that had that Artec pickup in the bridge position, and you've heard it many times because of my unboxing video music. That kind of this piece of music.
Go on, lad, way ahead.
That is just the bridge, that Artec blade humbucker doing a fantastic Telecaster sound. It's not coil split or anything like that. That's just, as it comes. I think I probably had the guitar's volume rolled back a little bit there, but it'll also do a big fat kind of rock humbucker sound. And that's another tune off the same album as as that Handles for, the album's called Handles for Folks, and you know it's off the same album as my unboxing tune. So a very versatile pickup, only 21 quid. So for roughly 30 quid all in, I'm going to be getting the saddles and the pickup, and I'm going to go and get those ordered now. And the next thing you'll see is probably the guitar with it all, kind of wired up and mounted in, and we'll be looking at the intonation and listening to the pickup. Okay, so it's now a few days later, and as you can see, the guitar now features the compensated brass saddles and that Artec Hot Rails style humbucker. First order of business, I suppose, is to have a look at the intonation. So let's bring the tuner up on screen and check each string in turn. So starting with the first string, let's just get that in tune. There we go. And then the 12th fret. Spot on. Second string. And the fretted note. Yep, I'm happy with that. Looking good. A little bit sharp, but I think we can live with that. Yeah, that's settling okay. And finally, so not a bad intonation for, a 3-saddle bridge. Those kind of compensated saddles really do make a difference. So I'm going to kind of get all connected up through the amp and everything. I'll see you in a second. We'll hear what this new pickup sounds like. Okay, let's quickly run through the signal chain. Obviously, this is the guitar. It's being plugged directly into the Blue Guitar Amp 1 Mercury Edition, which the recording output of that is going into the interface, which is then being recorded into this PC here in Reaper, where I've got a little bit of stereo widening going on, and a little bit of room reverb. So at the moment, I've got this clean sound set up on the Blue Guitar amp. Let's have a listen what that pickup sounds like with those settings. So I would say still identifiably a Telecaster kind of sound, but perhaps a fatter version of it, which is kind of what I was hoping for, really. What I'm going to do now is throw a little bit of a boost onto that sound using the foot switchable boost on the Blue Guitar amp. You can apply this boost to basically any tone that you've got set up with either clean or overdriven tones. Let's see how this fares for a little bit of maybe countryish lead, a bit like this. Any deficiencies in the demonstration are down to my fingers, which haven't had enough caffeine yet. This is first thing on the morning, and I'm still kind of booting up, really. But yeah, what a sound! It's that is identifiably even more so a Tele kind of sound, but it's just got that grit and grunt there, which is exactly what I was hoping for. Let's now go to the vintage channel on the Blue Guitar amp. This is very much a plexi kind of tone that we've got here, and once again, let's see how this pickup reacts to it. Again, sorry about my uncaffeinated fingers. Yeah, that's a big sound, isn't it? But still, you know, especially when you're kind of doing the single note stuff, it's still got that very Telecaster-y kind of sound. Let's go for the classic channel on the amp, which, let me put that up on screen so you've got the settings there. The classic channel is more of a JCM 800 kind of sound, and that's going to sound like this. That's my kind of guitar tone, I've got to tell you. Very happy with that. So, I could run through all of the different settings and everything on the Blue guitar, but you get the basic idea. Those are kind of the sounds that I'm going to be using on this. What I'm going to do on Sunday is, you know, put together a little piece of music featuring this guitar, mainly using this pickup. I'm probably kind of go to other settings on the guitar, but I really want to make this pickup the star of the show and do the usual kind of full mix kind of production, you know, usually about a couple of minutes long, isn't it? A little tune I'll put together, and we'll hear what those kind of guitar tones sound like when they're surrounded by bass and drums and all the other good stuff. But that is for Sunday, and that is it for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video and found it useful and informative, and perhaps even a little bit entertaining in some small way. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. Why not drop me a like while you're at it? Don't forget the live stream every Friday 5 p.m. UK time, where we drink beer and talk about music and guitars. What a great way to kick off the weekend, I'm sure you'll agree, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.